Good afternoon. You're watching City News 24/7. I'm Faiza Amin.
And I'm Melanie Ng. We begin with the aftermath of a robbery investigation gone wrong that has left one officer in hospital recovering from a gunshot wound. Our Shauna Hunt at the scene in Midtown. I know you're gathering a lot of information. Shauna, what have you learned so far?
Well, Mel, I can tell you the police tape is now down, but there is still a police presence surrounding 88 Redpath Avenue here just south of Eglinton. I can confirm to you that a couple of officers are up on the 7th floor right now, and they are guarding a unit that is connected to the suspects in this case. Now, the latest update that we have so far today is from the Special Investigations Unit. They confirm that officers were conducting a robbery investigation in the area. What we know is that a vehicle was stopped in the parking garage here around 5:30 yesterday evening. The SIU report says that two men approached police. One of them fired a shot, hitting the 29-year-old officer in the abdomen. A second officer then discharged his firearm at a fleeing suspect. No one was hit by those bullets. Now, many who live and work in this area, they are rattled by the situation, and many are deeply disturbed by the fact that a police officer was shot in the line of duty. Have a listen to how some are reacting.
It's a very safe neighborhood. Stuff like this doesn't happen around here. We pride ourselves on being a family motivated and neighborhood, and it's just nothing that we will ever expect to see around here.
I went for a walk to meet a friend, and I met some people on the street, and they were kind of unnerved because they were out walking. They're like, is it safe to be out walking? I mean, it's like my husband said, like, it's a safe area, so it's pretty unusual to see so many police.
For a nice and safe neighborhood, it's kind of worrying, because you wouldn't think it would happen down in our alleyway.
Now, we do know that one suspect was arrested here on the scene last night. City News has seen video of that. Two others were taken into custody shortly after. We're still, though, waiting to hear from police for more details on those who were arrested and the charges that they will be facing. And, you know, when it comes to the officer who was shot, the update on that is that, you know, he remains in hospital with serious injuries, but is expected to recover.
Shauna, it's always troubling when a member of the police force goes through a scenario like this. And we know we're hearing from the president of the Police Association. Can you talk about what he is saying when it comes to an injury of one of his members?
Yeah, well, Mel, I mean, you know, you hit it on the head right there. Anytime something like this happens, it's deeply disturbing. It impacts the police officers, all of their colleagues, their families. You know, every single day in Toronto, thousands of officers suit up in uniforms and they head out to keep communities and neighborhoods safe. So we did hear from TPA President John Reid last night. He was at the hospital where the officer was rushed to shortly after the shooting. And he just said, you know, an incident like this just shows how emboldened criminals are becoming in Toronto. We also heard from the police chief last night, Mel. He is also echoing that concern. And, you know, a number that Chief Demke gave us is that so far this year, 637 officers have been injured in the line of duty.